Welcome, this is Excel Chapter 1 video review, and these statements are actually coming from your objective tests, and pay attention to the statements, and I'm going to show you on the spreadsheet what it means. So the first statement is Excel's sum function allows you to add all the numbers in a cell range. We did that in the spreadsheet by using the sum function right here. Remember, we used the fill handle to drag across, and we also did it to drag down. We used the sum function to drag down. The sum function actually allows you to calculate the amounts in a range. So it could be a column range or it could be a row range. All right, the second one, the four major parts of the Excel workbook are the worksheets, the charts, the tables, and the web supports. Now, this here is considered a workbook, and within the workbook, you get 3 default worksheets to work with. Your sheet number 2 has no content on it because we didn't use it. Your sheet number 3 has no content on it because we didn't use it. We only use sheet number 1. The charts and tables, this is considered a table. From the table, you can make charts. And then your web support is always that help icon, Microsoft Excel Help, which allows you to access information either here or out on the web to figure out what you need to figure out for web support, if you need support in figuring out things to do on your worksheet. Number 3, any set of characters containing a letter, hyphen, or space is considered text. Any set of characters in a cell containing letters, hyphen, or space is considered text. And what that means is that text you cannot calculate with. You can run controls such as sorts and filters on text, but you cannot do math functions with text. So, number 4, worksheets allow users to enter, calculate, manipulate, and analyze data. That is true. We entered information into our worksheet, so we entered the numbers. We calculated by using the auto sum function. We can manipulate the numbers. So for instance, instead of 332,000, maybe I just had 30,000, and I can manipulate numbers. I'm going to undo those. Let's close this out and not save. Open it back up again. So we can analyze numbers looking at our charts to actually look at the comparison of the ranges against the actual equipment. So worksheets allows users to enter, calculate, manipulate, and analyze data. Okay, number 5. All right, we're scrolling the wrong way. The insertion point is a blinking vertical line that indicates where the next type character will appear. And that is true. If I click on a cell, notice my line right there is my insertion point. And if I'm going to add information, it blinks. So you can see that the insertion point is ready for text or data, numeric data, to be entered. Number 6, a menu is a list of commands. And we can find menus in many ways. We have menus across the top that brings up each of the ribbons that houses our groups. We have menus in our charts. And remember, we have different menus depending on where we click in the chart. We will get different menus. And then we also have menus in our cells that we can right mouse click to get. So these menus are usually accessed through a right mouse click. Otherwise, you're using the tab menus that will access your ribbons. Number 7, The maximum command in the auto calculate area displays the highest value in the select range. Well, when we were doing our other function formulas, we looked at average, we looked at minimum, and then we also looked at maximum. And the maximum displays the highest value in the auto calculate range. So in this case, we compared the values from B4 to F4, and the highest value here was 99,000. South had less, Midwest had less, and Southwest and Northeast had less. So the maximum pulls that highest value. The minimum pulls the lowest value in that range. And the average actually takes this, adds it together, and divides by the number of items in that range. Okay, number 8, each worksheet in a workbook has over 1,048 rows. And if we were to go to the end, we see that it ends at 41, but we could keep hitting down until we got to 1,048. And as Excel advances, Microsoft improves their products, we will find that worksheets will be able to carry more columns and more rows. Number 9, holding down the Alt key while you drag a chart snaps the edge of the chart to the worksheet grid. Now this is typically true when you're using a Windows keyboard. But when you're using a Mac keyboard, sometimes it's not quite true. Using that Alt key doesn't always snap to the grid. So just be aware that on a Windows keyboard, it is true. Number 10, a column letter above the grid is also called a column heading. Here are column letters. These are column headings. So again, when we take the intersection of a cell, to name the cell, we use the column heading, which is the letter B. Number 11, to split a merged cell, select the cell and click the Merge and Center button. So here we have a cell that's been merged, okay? And what they're saying is if you want to split that, you need to select the Merge and Center button, and now it's split into the column cells. We'll go back and merge and center that again. Number 12, the ribbon located near the top of the Excel window is the control center in Excel. This is where you control a lot of your formats, a lot of your functions, how you find, how you sort information, where you insert your columns and your charts. So you're using a lot of control features, and your ribbons will do that. 13, a range is a series of 2 or more adjacent cells. Remember, adjacent means next to, and a range is 2 or more. It's when you highlight 2 or more consecutive cells. It could be in a column, it could be in a row. Number 14, you view the portion of the worksheet displayed on the screen through the active worksheet window. Right now, sheet 1 is active. And I didn't talk about the sheet 1, but when you right mouse click on the sheet 1, you get another menu. And from this menu, we can do certain things. We can rename the worksheet. So maybe I want to rename this quarter 1 for first quarter. I can also colorize the worksheet. Tab color. So you can see the color. I can also protect a worksheet, which allows me to put a password on the worksheet so that you need the worksheet password in order to manipulate and make changes. I can also move or copy the worksheet. So maybe I don't want the worksheet here, I want it at the end. Or I can create a copy of the worksheet There's my copy. There's my original. I can view the coding in my worksheet. Coding is actually Visual Basic coding, and the coding actually allows you to see what's displayed, how it's displayed in the worksheet. That is a separate window that opens. So the portion of the worksheet that's displayed is the active worksheet. Right now I have quarter 1 worksheet active. Right now it's quarter 3 worksheet active. Number 15, a saved workbook is referred to as a file. When you save a document, you are saving a file. That is true. Number 16, the active cell on a worksheet is the one in which you can enter data. When you click on a cell, it means it's ready for data to be entered or data to be changed. Number 17. By default, Excel positions text in a cell left aligned. If I click on a cell and I go to my alignment, I can see that my left align is highlighted, and also my bottom level is highlighted. If I wanted to center my text in the cell, and I'll show you what that means here. So bottom is the default. If I wanted to center that, or put it at the top of the alignment, I can do that. Okay, the next one is you press Alt key on the keyboard to display a key tip badge. Alt, when you're hovering over, and again, this works on the Windows keyboard, but your key tip badges are those little flags that come out that tell you what you can do or names that part of the worksheet. The count command in the auto calculate area displays the number of non-blank cells in the selected range. We did count over here equals count, and again it was B4 through F4, and it counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the value that it returned from that formula. And it counts the numbers of values that have content in them. Any blank cells that would be in that range would not be included in that total count. The horizontal lines and vertical lines on a worksheet are called grid lines. That is true. The grid lines help you to not only find the cells you need, but also to align your tables and your charts within your document. So that is your Excel Chapter 1 video lesson review. I would suggest reviewing this video frequently, more than one time, so that you do well on your Excel Chapter 1 objective tests. Good luck.